to talk about the film from 2006, The Foot Fist Way. The Foot Fist Way is the first film by Jody Hill, one of my favorite directors, who I absolutely love. And it stars Danny McBride in his breakout role. Now around this time, Danny McBride would get a lot of different roles. He would be in Pineapple Express, Tropic Thunder, a lot of roles. And I love Danny McBride. He's like my favorite comedic actor next to Cantinflas, which is kind of a strange mix. Now, the reason I really love this film is because it really reminds me of my youth. Why? Because I used to take Taekwondo as a kid. And a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the situations here, other than in the karate studio, I can relate to. And, well, I can't relate to the character because he was an instructor, not a student. And you can see why I can't relate to him either. But I still love Danny McBride in this film. He's hilarious. And yeah, I can, just like Observer's Report, I can kind of relate to this movie in a way. And that's great. So let me tell you exactly why I love this film.
Paddle, get everybody hooked. Then I'm gonna step up and seal the deal. Board breaks. Who's the king of the demo?
You are, Mr. Simmons.
Who?
You are, Mr. Simmons.
So we begin the movie with Fred Simmons, played by Danny McBride, saying he's the king of the demo as he demonstrates his Taekwondo to potential customers. That's Julio. That's literally me as a kid in Taekwondo, except without a black belt. I like this joke.
Julio Chavez, just one of our black belt students at Concord Taekwondo. We got a lot of those there, huh?
And now, Fred Simmons shows how badass he is.
Without a doubt, to me, one of the most difficult things in Taekwondo to do is to bust them with your elbow.
I don't seem too impressed. But yeah, he thinks he's a hot shot. I love this opening. Now, if you are wondering who does this music, it's done by Pyramid, a band by one of the actors in the film, Ben Best, who was in Observer's Report, by the way. I could do that elevated front kick in my youth, not no more.
Tenets of Taekwondo, begin.
So we have Fred do the I think is like a creed of Taekwondo, from his Taekwondo, which is courtesy, integrity, self-control, a lot of stuff. So that's the chant they have to do in the beginning of class. And you see Fred doesn't really follow that shit.
Working out?
No, it came from church, you fucking retard.
Here we meet Fred's spandex-clad wife, who isn't very nice. I do love Danny McBride's react.
Okay, that's wonderful language that my wife uses in front of my friends.
Listen,
Now this scene right here, I fucking love. It's introducing Ben Best's character, Chuck the Truck. Now I would have this conversation with so many people at my karate studio, Taekwondo studio, like, who would win in a fight? Bruce Lee, Blake. Bruce Lee, Blake. Bruce Lee, Blake. And I love McBride's reaction here.
Who do you think will win in a fight between Bruce Lee and Chuck the Truck?
What, are you kidding? The Truck, easy.
And why would Truck win?
The 8-year undefeated kickboxing champion. Can Bruce Lee say that? No. Bruce Lee is dead.
I wish I could have said that to somebody at my Taekwondo studio. Now we see Fred entertain some house guests with his wife's friends from work.
I'm so hungry I could eat a grown man's ass right now.
That's just a weird line. I love how he prays too.
Christ, we thank you for not giving us any diseases that will kill us.
Here we get Chloe Wolfe as Denise, who you might recognize as Nell from the report. Fred is trying to get her to say yes to being in Taekwondo, and she says something about jiu-jitsu. Fred says this.
your jiu-jitsu is really good for balance.
Jiu-jitsu sucks. What you want is Taekwondo.
Also, when she talks about yoga.
I really got into yoga, and that's a lot of breathing techniques and meditation.
Meditation's terrific and all, but never heard of it saving anyone from a gang rape type situation. Meditate on that. Rape.
So he shows Denise a trophy he won. I do love his response.
Back there in the office, I was beginning to wonder if this was some type of a joke.
Why don't you ask the guy who came in second place?
Then we get a hilarious scene with Marge, an elderly woman who's doing taekwondo, who, when Fred tries everybody to make combinations, she gets her ass kicked.
This combination? I think Marge and I know different, don't we, Marge?
Yes, sir.
Rick, you come with whatever you got. Full contact, no holds barred, okay? I'm gonna warn you, I don't think you're gonna like how this ends, hotshot.
Then we have a nice scene between Fred and his wife that shows they have some chemistry together.
Stop.
Get you in the knee. Bzz. Get
Stop.
your face. Get my nuts. Bzz.
That's
Give me
stupid.
my balls. Bzz. Get him in his balls. Bzz.
That's stupid.
After that, Julio fucks up. I love this.
How much slice have you had, Julio? How about you've had enough?
So, Fred talks to Henry, who has some self-esteem issues, and says,
That's okay, I guess. Julio, of course, is up to nothing.
I love Fred. And now, we get to the main plot. His wife is unfaithful. She gave a hand job to a guy while drunk.
I gave him a hand job.
So now we get of disconfidence Fred, who has to tell Julio something very important.
Talk to you, Julio. Need to tell you something very important, man to man, okay? You listening?
Yes, sir.
This world, it's a dark, dark forest.
And he starts hitting on Denise. Then Fred starts to get jealous when some of the other students start talking to Denise.
Someplace you've been overseas? You been anywhere lately?
Actually, I just came back from the Netherlands.
We get some montage of Fred being alone. And then Fred breaking down in front of his class.
I just blew it. And it hurts.
Then we get a cameo by Jody Hill, who's amazing in this small scene he's in.
1% become fourth degree black belts. Mr. Simmons is a fourth degree black belt. I'm a fifth degree, but I don't believe in belts.
Actually, the director did teach Taekwondo and does have a black belt in Taekwondo. So what does Fred do after all this anguish? They all go to see Chuck the Truck. Although I do love this from Jody Hill.
A lot of bad things. And you guys aren't going to stop me.
Yes, sir.
You guys ever had sex?
So now they're going to the Blamma Slam or whatever to see Chuck the Truck. Hey look, it's the pervert from the Zern Report. They almost recognize him with his clothes on.
Another that can cause.
And oh, I love how Jody Hill pays. And now, then Fred wants Chuck the Truck to teach at a karate testing he's gonna do.
Testing next
Why don't we
month.
not talk business now? You and your boys, why don't you come by my suite?
So what she says, go to the party. Now at the party, Henry is bullied, and they start to fight. And Chuck the Truck says this.
What? You think it's cool just to come into my party and beat up the band? I think that's cool as shit.
I love him best in this role. So he agrees for $10,000 to be at the testing. He says at the friend price.
That kind of money.
It's a friend price.
A friend, huh?
So now Fred has been rejuvenated. Great news. His wife comes back after losing her job and wants to make things right, apparently.
How strong I am. I mean, I know I may seem like I'm the strongest man that you've ever known before or ever met, but I mean, the fact of the matter is that I'm penetrable.
And now, Fred breaks up with Denise when they really had nothing going on, even though he says he did.
He's taking class here. So, unfortunately for you, I'm tearing up your contract.
You're kicking me out of class?
And this kind of sucks. I like Chloe Wolfe. She just kind of disappears from the movie at this point. So now Fred is all juiced up, and now he has to sell his Ferrari just to pay the 10 grand for Chuck the Truck, which he comes, shit-faced of course, to class.
Don't be shy. Shake the truck's hand.
Hey, can we get the fuck out of here? I am
Okay.
shit-faced.
Yeah.
And of course, Chuck the Truck's gonna stay with Fred in his house. And of course, Susie cheats on Fred with Chuck the Truck.
What the hell's going on? You're gonna do this to me again?
They have a fight. Fred loses. He's all bloodied and bruised in the middle of the street. He arrives to the test late, I may add.
Sorry I'm late.
And Henry gets some confidence boost, which Fred is pretty proud of. And so makes him do 50 push-ups.
25 push-ups for going too hard.
Chuck the Truck comes and Fred says no. He's gonna be the king. I love this scene. He challenges Chuck the Truck to a breadwinning contest. Now, Chuck the Truck has never been beaten at this, but of course, Fred beats him. So now the next class, he makes a new creed of Taekwondo, which is kind of a great character arc. Oh, did I mention he pisses on his wedding ring and tells Susie to fuck off? I love this scene.
Jesus!
I just really liked Fred's character. He's a hot shot, but he has some semblance of a good person. I mean, he really takes care of Julio, his second in command in class. He really believes in Taekwondo. He's just a hothead. That's really his only downfall. So yes, Fred makes the new thing of Taekwondo, and the film ends. Now, why do I love this film so much? One, it's funny. Two, it's dark in places. And three, reminds me a lot of when I was in Taekwondo. And that was The Foot Fist Way, a fun, very low budget movie. One person called the cinematography slight above cell phone footage, which I can kind of see. I mean, the direction is funny, the other actors are great. Jody Hill's cameo is amazing. The acting is pretty good for an amateur film. And like I said, I relate to this movie so much because I used to be in Taekwondo. I was literally a Julio without the black belt. And that's fun. I just really enjoy this film. And yeah, and this is why I do an honest critic on this video, because I really love, this is why I do an honest critic on this movie, because I really love this film. And I'm trying to get the word out. Jody Hill is a great director. Even though he's directed 3 movies, I think he has a voice. And I think you should watch his films. Anyway, so if you have seen this film, comment below. Remember to like the video, share a video, and subscribe if you like to. Honest Critic, out.